This is Public Access Signals from the Other Side, Part 12. Dawn phase. You all are back at 26 Rodenbecker Street. Mr. Big Bad, undefeated, unfaced. Perhaps that will be coming. But you have defended Rodenbecker Street from the Great Hungers, and life can now return to normal in Deep Lake from here on out. Let's do the Dawn phase. So, if you can remember back, it has been a few weeks since we played. We'll do our best here. You would collect rewards if a mystery was resolved, and I don't think there are rewards associated with Night of the Bone Wolves. I could be wrong, though. Where is it at? I guess not.
The reward is we live.
You are alive. Yes, that's important. Yeah.
We're not dead. That's the reward. That's the best we can ask for.
Indeed. In that case, let's keep going. On questions. Did the Latchkeys resolve a mystery? Yes, the Night of the Bone Wolves is considered a mystery for that purpose. Ashley Oakes, did you get a signal from the other side? I guess you couldn't have because we didn't watch tape, did we? So
yeah,
no one's getting that one. However, did you cut loose for once?
Yes, I was going to say either crying, which for Ashley is a pretty big deal, or like the murder of Paula Palmer. I think even for Ashley was a lot.
It was a lot. Yeah, I thought so too. It was good though. Also, I think you took out Hampton as well in a really like violent way, if I recall correctly.
Yep.
Did you share a good memory from your childhood?
I did not. No,
you definitely did not. No.
He has good memories.
Yeah, exactly. Nathan.
I don't think so.
Nathan, did you go out of your way to reconnect with Deep Lake?
Can you accept fighting your way back from the chromatic desert as reconnecting with Deep Lake?
Sure, I'll take it. Were you vulnerable with someone?
I think so. I mean, both. I mean, awkwardly so, with Ashley being like, "I think I'm your boyfriend." Also, hi.
Yeah, I'll take that. Topher, did you deliver a chilling monologue about something that happened to you in the past? You're muted, Topher. We can't hear you.
I do not remember.
I listened to it, and I don't think you did. Yeah, no. I listened to part of this. I listened to basically the entire last episode and a little bit of the one before that, and I don't remember. Did you share a good memory from your childhood?
I also don't remember, but don't think so.
Very good. Sean, did you cut loose for once?
There was a sawed-off shotgun involved, and
yeah,
that counts.
Jumping out a window, I feel like probably counts as cutting loose in all circumstances. Were you vulnerable with someone?
He did try and put himself out there with the sheriff again.
Yeah, I remember that, or I recall that. Very good. Let's keep going. I don't think we have any unresolved key prompts, but I could be wrong. Does anybody have any that they recall they need to do? I think we did.
I do.
Oh, do you? Okay,
I think I might as well, because I have I only have 2 marked on my notes, or 2 left on my notes, but 3 unmarked in my thing. So I'm pretty sure I have 1 as well.
Well, you can do those now, or if you all want to sit on them for a little bit, you can wait, since we're kind of getting back up to speed here.
I can wait. I might try and work it into a chilling monologue.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, if you want to do those now, you can, or wait. Okay, in that case, that's the dawn phase sorted. Let's go to the day phase.
I have a thing to discover as well. Truth is out there.
Yeah. We always forget that. I do have an idea, actually. Yeah. You get an entire case 16 units of a small regional confection that is taking off in Degoya County called the Dream. You have a whole bunch of them. You better put them in the fridge. The day phase. Mysteries that are active. Currently, Slumber Party Summoning Circle. You have determined that the entity that has possessed Linnea Rodenbecker is, in fact, a ghost. We believe, in fact, that it is the ghost of Dolores Rodenbecker's. Wait, who was the ghost again? I've already forgotten. I can't remember.
The ghost is Dolores Rodenbecker. It's that her soul, like her body is empty and her soul like stayed behind
okay, right,
when she
that's
drowned.
right.
Yeah,
Because she was in love with Father Rogelio. That was the
Yeah.
connection there. Yeah. Okay, good. So that's a really that's a thing that's going on. You have 3 unused clues on your current question for that one, which is resolve, or if she is possessed by a sorrowful ghost, what does it want? Resolve the mystery by helping the spirit find peace, thereby allowing it to return to the spirit world. You have lots of extra context on that mystery, even if you don't have a lot of clues, because we've seen so much of Dolores Rodenbecker. We started the Whisper as well. A reminder, this is the one where there's this like street that was part of a housing development that never took off, and the people who live on this street have been hearing a whisper that tells them their neighbors' deepest, darkest secrets. And all of this kicked off because one of the people in this community, an older woman, she like murdered her husband in the middle of their Hawaiian night, like block party. And it was a big deal. Sheriff Hanscom and Sean went out and gathered some information down there with the folks on that street. You have 2 clues presently on your threshold question of, is this whisper a supernatural infestation or a man-made experiment? And because we have 2 active mysteries, we now get to introduce a 3rd mystery. You can follow along on the tab if you'd like. Our 3rd mystery is a field trip mystery. We're going to let Deep Lake have some time off. Deep Lake's been going through it, so we're going to look at the rest of the county and see how they're doing. And indeed, I think you could all use a break. You've had a rough one. Let's talk about the Dream. In the 1970s, La Fresca Foods was the largest employer in Degoya County. The company produced a number of candies, packaged desserts, and frozen novelties, and while it was never more than a regional success, it was a highly profitable business on account of its signature product, the Dream. The Dream was a frozen custard-like dessert, and while the company's claims that it had 0 calories were dubious at best, it was nevertheless much loved in the region because of its creamy mouthfeel and excellent taste. La Fresca Foods was on the verge of taking the Dream national when the company suddenly shut down. According to rumors, the company's founder and owner, W. Atlas Morgenstern, was being blackmailed for a terrible secret. A secret so terrible, he was willing to burn his entire business to the ground rather than give in to the blackmailers. He then became a recluse, holed up in his mansion in the tiny nearby town of Whitespray, never to be seen again. That is, until recently. Mr. Morgenstern has reappeared and reestablished La Fresca Foods. He's moved the entire operation from La Fresca to Whitespray, and it now produces just one product, a new version of the Dream. Gone are the original flavors of Chocotastic Blast, Sunshine Strawberry, and Groovy Gooey Vanilla. The Dream now comes in a single flavor called White, and like the flavor's namesake, the frozen novelty is perfectly pristine in color. Furthermore, the new Dream is extremely low calorie, but somehow even more delicious than regular ice cream. The Dream is currently being marketed in and around Degoya County, though there are rumblings of a forthcoming national campaign. You got a whole big box of the stuff, and you have given it a try. Those of you who can eat food, since Topher can't, presumably. A question for Ashley. Apart from its astonishingly low caloric content, in what specific way does the dream defy the laws of physics?
Um, I think there was a rumor amongst like teenagers that if you ate the dream and then drank cola, you could like have a trip. You could get like a vision.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. And so this new version of the dream has replicated these properties. Like when you tried it, do you start to feel like you were hallucinating in some way? Interesting. Well, this is an interesting segue sort of question then. Sean, actually, who has the highest sensitivity? That's who I'm supposed to pose it to. It is Topher, but I don't think Topher can answer this question, so I'm going to pose it to Sean. Sean, for a brief moment after tasting a spoonful of the dream, you were filled with a sudden and intense anger about having to share any of it with the other Latchkeys. How did that anger manifest?
I think it has manifested with a bit of uh basically resource guarding, and he has, I think, put a small mini fridge in the do they have a basement of the house?
Sure.
In the basement with a combination lock on it.
So no one can get to it. Only you can have the dream. Good. I love it. Now, you've all already started to hear stories about fights breaking out at grocery stores around displays of the dream, and that people who have been known to eat large quantities of the stuff are acting strangely. The dream is, at the very least, a highly addictive, unsafe product. At worst, it's something supernatural. Consumer safety isn't exactly within the Latchkeys' remit, but it might be worth poking around to get to the bottom of what's going on. If nothing else, it's an excuse to head out to La Fresca, where the original La Fresca Foods offices now sit abandoned. La Fresca is a much bigger town than Deep Lake, and so even if nothing comes of your investigation, you can resupply for the rest of the summer. If you want to go deeper with this mystery, you can always make the slightly longer trip to White Spray. But to be clear, there's really nothing to do in Deep Lake here. You can't even find the dream in stores in Deep Lake. This is all coming from La Fresca, all these rumors. So that is a thing. You have 2 questions and opportunities. The first is complexity 6. What is the true nature of the dream? Opportunity: resolve the mystery by taking action that will neutralize the dream's power or otherwise make it safe. The other question is complexity 8, which is what is W. Atlas Morgenstern's terrible secret? Opportunity: resolve the mystery by confronting Morgenstern with the truth and convincing him to take the dream off the market. You also have access to a key called the Key of Pure Imagination. And so that is your third mystery that is live right now. Let's go around the table and figure out what everyone wants to do today. If anyone needs some reminders about what happened last time, and if there's any specific things, I did listen to the last little bit of the last episode, so I might be able to help you out. Nathan, what do you want to do today?
I'm thinking, I was gonna say, I don't like any of this dream business, both as a player and as a character. So I think I'm gonna either be focusing on the summoning circle or the whisper. I'm gonna do one of those things. I want to kind of hear what everyone else is doing though, because Nathan might want to be around other people today. We'll see.
Maybe. Sean, what do you want to do?
I feel like he's not a sweet tooth kind of guy. He watches what he eats. The fact that he's responding so strongly to the dream is suspicious. And so I think he'll want to look into that.
So, La Fresca?
I think so, yep.
Yeah, sounds good. Ashley Oakes.
I think she's still kind of obsessed with the whisper, given the memories that were unlocked last session and what went down there for her family. So she's very afraid, but she wants to figure it out. I'm also at 3 conditions, so I wouldn't mind a nostalgic move.
Yeah, very good. Topher, trapped in the chromatic desert, but capable of communicating with the group, unlike the others, and they remember you. What do you want to do?
Well, I also have 3 conditions, so I would love a nostalgic move.
Let's set it up. Who wants to wax nostalgic, and where is the scene taking place between the two of you? That was one of your wishes last time too, is to have a scene together. So,
Uh, I believe what we had talked about was like it's probably going to be just very in the very wee early hours of the morning, where the street lights are starting to just barely flicker off from the daylight.
Mhm. Yeah, I think we see Ashley. She has packed the bag and she is leaving. She's not taking the car because, they need that. But she has packed the stuff that is important. Broken mug, now just like I imagine we haven't had time to actually put it together. So it's literally just like I put the pieces in a jar and like took it with me. And I think she's making her way to the train station. She's trying to leave.
oh, you're trying to leave Deep Lake?
She is trying to leave
Yeah,
deeply.
it would be a bus station. I don't think there's probably a train that comes
A bus
through, but
station,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I think that you get to like the bus terminal station place where all the buses go and sort of take off from, and on the departures screen you see an advertisement for the bus system, and Topher is the driver, and they look at you and say, "Are you sure you really want to board, Ashley?"
She kind of gives a look at the screen when she realizes that it's Stouffer, and then looks away and says, I don't know. I think it might be better like this. I mean, I only know you. The other two says that I'm supposed to know them. One of them is supposed to be my boyfriend, but I don't remember any of them. And if that is true, if one of them is a friend and one of them is my boyfriend, then well, probably even more reason they shouldn't be around me.
I think you
Is
might have that backwards. I think that if they really are the people they say they were or are, then they must have seen us get up to some really fucked shit. And if they're still here, still trying to help us and convince us, well, it's like you said to Sheriff Hanscom, doesn't it make more sense that they're actually just friendly ghosts?
maybe, but I don't think anyone sees the truth of me. I've tried really, really hard to make sure that people don't. They never know this scratching at the back of my brain. It's just
Ashley,
always,
you walked home covered in blood.
yeah, you're the only one who saw it, and you're in the television screen, so
Well, fair enough. I'm not scared. I wasn't even when I guess, had reason to be. I don't know. I don't know if you could stab me now, if you even wanted to. But even when you, I guess, potentially could, I didn't care. I knew you wouldn't. You're kind, if not troubled.
what if you're wrong? What if I do? What if I'm not strong enough to fight it?
Uh, I don't think we have to worry about that, because you are.
She glances up at the streetlight still flickering and she says, I want to say that it used to be easier, but I just used to be weaker.
Well, you're not alone, though. You can share the load, the burden, with me if no one else.
Play the Spice Girls. If I get like too crazy, play the Spice Girls and I'll stop.
You know what? I think I can do that.
All right.
Zigga zig ah. So good scene. Obviously the nostalgic bit was the street lights flickering.
Mhm.
It was very, very clever. That means that you're kind of it actually means, Topher, that you get to stumble on a clue if you wish. But let's talk about conditions. And also, Ashley has that move that lets you clear 2 if you want, or to take that little the condition that actually is a bonus. So, what do we think, Ashley?
I have found footage or injured.
You can probably clear found
And-
footage just by
Yeah.
virtue of the Night of the Bone Wolves is over.
Oh, okay.
But I think in particular, because this is like kind of the morning after, it makes sense in this context, especially. Yeah.
And I'm also thinking like the context of fighting back against all the weirdness that is happening.
Yeah. I tend to agree. What about you, Topher? What are you clearing?
Found footage and perplexed.
Sounds good. Okay.
I
And-
just realized that if the Night of the Bone Wolves is over, am I still marked by Mr. Big Bad?
Yeah.
Okay,
'Cause Mr.
fun.
Big
We
Bad's
didn't
not
confront
defeated.
him.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you're right. We
Yeah,
didn't.
you all didn't face him or defeat him.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. The Night of the Bone Wolves is over, but Mr. Big Bad is still out there. Technically, Dolores is still out there too.
I hate this for me.
Yeah. 2 versions of Dolores we've got. Okay, so fantastic. Go ahead and think of what clue you stumble on, Topher, and I'm going to cut over to the other characters.
I think if
Nathan, what are you
if-
doing, man?
Yeah, I was gonna say if as much as me, Alex doesn't want to go to La Fresca to deal with white stuff, Nathan's gonna go to La Fresca because Nathan should probably spend some time with Sean. He
Yeah.
especially because I think since Sean seems to remember him and he doesn't remember Sean, kind of wants to spend some time around Sean. He doesn't want to be alone. So we'll drive up to La Fresca together. Who's driving?
I mean, Sean would trust Nathan to drive.
Okay, cool. I won't bring up the fact that I almost died in a car crash. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think Ashley will technically remember it anyway, so it all just gets memory binned by the chromatic desert. Fantastic. Do you want the scene in the car, or do you want to just be straight in La Fresca?
I'd love I think a nostalgic move en route would be perfectly cool.
Role play.
Yeah. What do you think, Ben? What takes you back are we gonna do here?
I could see them starting off not knowing quite what to say about all this. So Sean would remind Nathan of the time that they watched Universal Soldier together before Sean went into the chromatic desert.
That's a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Do I remember watching Universal? Do I remember watching that here, or is that memory also completely gone?
Well, no, because you have all your same memories. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean, like when
but then Sean
I forgot
disappeared.
Sean. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Do I remember?
that doesn't mean you forgot Universal
Okay.
Soldier, though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was about to say. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I remember watching that.
Yeah.
I don't.
You might want to forget Universal Soldier.
Yeah.
To be fair.
It was. Well, it was something. It sure was something.
Right. But the important thing is we didn't watch Treasure Planet You
Okay,
wanted
man.
to watch Treasure
Come
Planet.
on.
No, no, no,
Really?
no. It's not. Treasure Planet's fine. Look, it's fine. And I know you did good work on it. But what I'm saying is we didn't watch it because of me. Because Jean-Claude Van Damme is my thing. That's why you watched Universal Soldier.
It does feel kind of strange thinking about it.
Right?
I don't remember why we started watching Universal Soldier, because like Ashley didn't recommend it. Pretty sure
Nope.
Topher didn't recommend it. Why
Like
did we
I'm
watch
saying.
it? Okay, so chalk it up to you then. Okay. I'm kind of easy to buy into anything you can tell me at this moment, considering I guess now 3 of us have been somewhere that's not here.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. We were behind the scenes, I guess.
Behind, yeah, more ways than I bet you can even imagine. You deal with the whole Harvey Stosky director seat, behind the scenes camera crew thing. You see any of that back there?
No, but I did get sucked into a homicidal arcade machine.
Zagreus?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering why that was in our house.
Yeah, that was me playing it.
Wait,
And
what do you
trying to
mean
be-
your whole thing is Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Well, not my whole thing. It's just,
Is that
I
like
really
your
like.
personality? Is Jean-Claude Van Damme?
No, I also play video games and lift weights.
I mean, oh, is that why we have a kettlebell set in the house?
Yeah, that's mine. And the protein powders and the over the door pull-up bar. You think Topher and Ashley brought an over the door pull-up bar?
That's a pull-up bar?
What did you think it was?
I thought it was just like, I don't know, a weird doorstop.
It can be both, but yeah, no, that's me. This is all me. And just like they're going to be wondering why there's an easel in that side room, and that's you. And I
Yeah.
remember you because Deep Lake reasons.
Yeah, I guess yeah, going to La Fresca probably is the best choice right now, because being in Deep Lake has just been a lot. It's been a lot. I don't
Yeah, it sucks when no
understand.
one remembers you, huh?
I don't think you understand how much it sucks for me personally. I mean, I think you can maybe grasp it, but like, I don't know. That maybe I'm just being an asshole saying it like that. That's kind of invalidating your perspective.
A little
Assumedly, we're
bit.
friends. I'm sorry.
My boyfriend forgot me, has a new boyfriend.
Your boyfriend forgot you in a
Mhm.
supernatural way, or just like a normal toxic way?
Supernatural, but also the first
Who's your
one, different
who-
boyfriend. But
Wait, who's your boyfriend? Do I know him?
yep, he's the sheriff. Was the sheriff.
I thought Sheriff's boyfriend was Mark.
Yeah. Yeah, he is now because I stopped existing.
Yeah, okay. I know. Okay, yeah, sorry. Oh, I realize that I am reacting not in the best way to these things. I kind of am a little shaken up over the events of last night still. I feel like a moron for what I said to Ashley.
Yeah, you maybe came on a little strong there. But it's a lot. And I mean, given time, I'm sure. I mean, at the rate things are going, we'll probably forget Ashley at some point, and then she'll come back and we'll all have to remember her again. So, give her time.
Elliot, who's in the back seat,
Why?
says, "So are you two going to start kissing now, or what?"
Probably not. No.
He's not my type. I think as Nathan just kind of like staring at the road ahead, sees the sign for the exit to get off on La Fresca, turns on the blinkers and begins to merge lanes. He just says like, For what it's worth, I don't think Universal Soldier is necessarily the worst movie I've ever seen. I've seen Jean-Claude Van Damme. I don't know. This unpopular opinion, I think Time Cop is worse.
I think I agree.
I watched
It's,
that as a kid, and like it kind of freaked me out, like maybe a little too much. So I can't really accurately say, but like I remember my mom, I think it was my mom. Yeah, I think my mom is that like that part where they do like the dude like basically like melts in Time Cop, like gets all
Mhm.
like gooey and weird, like the
Oh yeah, it
thing.
was awesome. Effects were so much better back then.
No, I can appreciate practical effects now as an adult, especially after working in the industry. But like I just that really kind of like wigged me out as a kid. And I actually remember my mom, she I was really scared. So she took the tape and rewound it and paused it on all the parts where you could kind of tell how fake the practical effects were, or something that looked kind of silly, or whenever there was a moment where maybe Jean-Claude was hamming it up a little too much, she just kind of pressed pause right on his big expressive face, or when he was making some kind of like overblown movement. I don't know how to explain why that made it less scary for me, other than to say that it was just kind of cool that she like took it apart piece by piece to remind me it's just a movie, and sometimes things that look scary are actually kind of silly if you look at them for long enough. You were fighting Glenda the Good Witch last night.
Yeah.
That's both terrifying but actually kind of absurd.
Yeah.
You tried to punch out Glenda the Good Witch. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, we also got transported back to Ireland or whatever.
Ireland? He has to clap his hand over his mouth. He's like, buddy, that was not Ireland.
I don't know. The kid had an accent.
Elliot and Casey are both in the back seat of the car.
Hate these kids.
Oh, Sean, I love Jean-Claude Van Damme so much. Oh, Nathan, Treasure Planet is so good.
Brake check. I hit the brakes real hard for a moment. I know for a fact neither of them are wearing their seatbelts.
They definitely aren't. They definitely go crashing into the back of the seat. Conditions.
I mean, one of them's alive. We should maybe not do that.
Do we have any conditions that are clearing here in this scene?
I think terrified.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. What do you think, Sean?
The resistance maybe being recentered with his normal group of friends, and
Yeah, I'll take that.
he also
yeah.
punched, or
yeah.
he tried to punch Glenda.
Yeah, that's good. Love it. Okay, great. And Nathan, you get to stumble on the clue.
No, it's oh wait, that's right. Sorry, I was thinking about the Vice rules.
Yeah, it's the
I do
opposite.
get
Yeah,
I
no,
do get to stumble on a
It's the
clue.
opposite in this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think that it's some roadside graffiti on one of the exit signs into La Fresca. I'll let this be just kind of I guess kind of like an initial clue for the dream. I think it just yeah, I'll keep it like really simple in terms of like context, pulling from the artwork that's behind me here. I think it's just gonna be some like white spray paint on the sign for La Fresca that just says live the dream.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, I like it. Yeah, good. Fantastic. Let's check in with Topher really quickly. Topher, do you have your clue?
Yeah, I do. So it's for Slumber Party Summoning Circle, and it's
Cool.
Father Regalio's rosary hanging around the rearview mirror of a bus from Deep Lake.
Oh, nice. Good. Okay, I like it. Great. Well, let's check in with Ashley and Topher really quickly and figure out where you're all going from here. So we assume you're not leaving town, Ashley. So then where are you going to head from here?
Yeah, I think Ashley wants to investigate the whispers, so probably go to the development and see if I can figure out something
Sounds
there.
good. What about you, Topher?
I don't think Topher wants to leave Ashley alone right now.
Okay. And so we're heading over to Mahogany Place, part of the aborted Playa Morado housing development. You know a couple of things. You know that Peggy Keene is pining for hot young men in town. This is one of the secrets that we've learned. And there are a couple of gentlemen who are having a secret affair, Garrett Downs and David Trong. Those are the two things we know. We have met an older woman named Bunny who is either completely crazy or is possessed by something because she was doing some scary stuff towards the Latchkeys, towards Sean specifically. And we have talked to one of the other Mrs. Keene's husband, Maynard Keene, who's kind of a go USA patriot veteran dude. Yeah. So, but curiously, I think when you pull up, well, how do you travel there? I guess. I mean, do you, if you went to if you were at the bus station, you couldn't have taken your car. I guess you don't have a car. And Topher, you don't travel that way anymore. So, how did you all get to Playa Morado?
I guess we would have taken a bus if we were there at
Yeah,
first
that's
place.
fair. Yeah, just have it drop you off on the way. Okay, I'll take that. I think there's somebody getting off the bus when you're getting off the bus. It's you might remember him. It's Joey Keene, who is the lifeguard from Pine Rock Ridge, and he's heading over to the Keene house. There's a Keene connection here. And he might see you, Ashley. He'll say, "Oh, hey, we haven't seen you up at
Hi.
Pine Rock Ridge lately. Are you still a camp counselor there?"
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I don't think so, no.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it's been really busy. How's Emily?
Oh, she's good. Yeah, she's good. She talks about you sometimes.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, all positive. Nothing, nothing like that you should be concerned about. I think she kind of thinks that maybe. Well, I think she kind of wants to hang out with you more. We, you know, we've had so much going on at Pine Rock Ridge.
Yeah, I'll come by
You know, we
again.
lost one the other day.
Oh, really? You did?
Yeah, one of the kids.
Oh, did you find them again?
Oh, yeah. They just
Okay, okay. I mean,
they wandered off on the trail, but they had to stay all night by themselves overnight. It was a
Was it Quan? Was it Daniel?
no, it wasn't Daniel. No, he's usually out long before lights out. What are you doing here?
Oh, funny story. I used to live here. Well, I mean,
Oh,
sort of, and I guess I got nostalgic and
oh,
wanted to see what it was
my
like.
aunt. You might know my aunt and uncle.
Oh, yeah, I might.
Yeah, Maynard and Peggy Keene.
Yeah, my parents used to hang out, do the whole neighbor
Yeah,
thing, the barbecues.
yeah. I used to. Well, I don't remember. I mean, I used to come by here and visit sometimes. But well, anyway. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go say hi to my aunt, and I'll catch you around.
Yeah,
Cool.
mind if I come with? Just say hi, you know.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sure. That's fine. And he's going around the back of the house, not to the front door. He's like, I'm just gonna check the pool while I'm here. I'm something of an expert
Yep,
on
that is true.
water-related recreational activities.
You gotta stick with what you know.
Indeed. And he goes to the back and he's like, Uncle Maynard, are you here? Uncle Maynard. And Peggy goes, Joey, is that you? He's like, yep, that's me. I'm here with a friend. She's like, oh, a friend? A friend? This is Ashley. And Peggy comes out. Peggy's like, oh, hi, Ashley. How do you and Joey
Hi.
know each other?
Well, I was a volunteer up at the Pine Rock Ridge, and I used to live here. Maybe you remember Maria Oaks?
Mm, no, sorry, it doesn't ring a
That's
bell,
fair.
but it's okay. Well, come on in. Yeah, come on in, kids. And she takes you both in, and Topher as well, I suppose. Topher, what are you doing in the meantime?
I think that as soon as like the door opens, Topher's already inside looking around, trying to figure like things out because from what they were, told about the whole situation, this shit's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could just be looking around, of course. Do a meddling move with reason.
My reason is a crisp 0. And my roll is a crisp 6.
Let's take a look at, well, we'll come back to this. Let's talk about La Fresca. La Fresca. First thing you see on the way in. Casey's like, he laughs. He's like, ha, that little kid just dropped his ice cream. And you're driving by and you see like a kid has just dropped his little container of the dream all over the sidewalk. And his mom like dives down to the sidewalk and begins scooping it up into her mouth so as to not let it go to waste. And the little boy is like trying to get it as well, and she keeps pushing him away. And Elliot comments on this. He says, wow, that must be some really good ice cream.
Sean's going to lock the door and put his hands on the armrest real tight. Kind of purposefully look away.
You good there, bud?
No, that seems like a really good idea what she's doing, and I don't like that at all.
He Nathan kind of like was like distracted looking at something else, like and like turns his attention over there as well to see like what he's seeing, and just kind of like squints his eye and looks back at Sean a little confused.
It's really fucking good.
Yeah, dude, you've been like huddled in the basement for like, I don't know, like eating it. Like, I mean, yeah, it's good. Like I enjoyed it. It's actually really good. It's probably the best ice cream I've actually had in a while. Ooh,
Yeah,
it's hot out, isn't it? It's hot today.
it's
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's
It's
pretty
summer.
hot. Yeah,
It's hot, yeah. He says in his fucking hoodie and blazer, just sweating buckets, which I had to take off because it's fucking hot here. And he says, I would say, hey, let's, go get some of the dream, but also it feels like maybe, I don't know, am I paranoid, Sean, for thinking that, there is something really weird afoot here? There's always something weird afoot going on here, but like with all the weird, like violent stuff, there's something weird going. You know what I'm talking about. I don't need to explain myself to you.
yeah. That's
Sean,
not normal.
I'm so hot. Will you feed me ice cream?
Why did we bring them?
We didn't. They were in the car when we got in.
Oh,
Okay.
Elliot says, for real though, we should go get some.
I think
No.
maybe we should hold off on eating more of the dream right now, kids. Just for now. Okay. How about some like, I don't know, Ben and Jerry's regular ice cream? How about some of that? Yeah.
And they start doing like a dream chant. We want the dream. We want the dream.
All right,
We want
Sean,
the dream.
Nathan is going to get out of the car. If Sean gets out, he will then also like lock the door. So just put the kids in the back, and crack the window slightly.
Let's talk about the town of La Fresca. Streets laid out on a neat grid. There's a towering memorial dedicated to the people who lost their lives in the La Fresca Senior High fire of '86. It also has the first chain restaurants you've seen ever since you basically arrived in the area, because Deep Lake doesn't have any. Let's paint the scene, everyone. At a glance, how do we know La Fresca is the commercial and civic heart of Degoya County?
It looks like the courtyard from Back to the Future. You know, like the town square where there's like there's like the whole like kind of like not exactly like 1-to-1, but it's like it's got like shops lining the whole place. It's like a little scenic park where the statue is. It looks so idyllic, and there are people moving around. And as a desert community, the fact that it feels like busy here. It's like this is a place that like people, I don't know, this town feels older, but like in a more like wealthy way. Like this is just the place to be for people in this area.
The whole courtyard is covered in a very like green maintained grass lawn, despite the fact that there's been a drought going on in New Mexico for like 20 years.
I think there's a mall. Not a good mall, not a big mall, but an actual mall.
I think the way that people are dressed here, like as they walk around and navigate the streets, there's like a lot, just at first glance, there's a lot more suits going on, briefcases. They're still probably holding, some of them are eating the dream as they walk. There's coffee cups that are, you know, like tossed right next to the trash can instead of into the trash can. Like all of that busy, always on the move life signs.
We'll come back to this. Topher, you got a miss? I have a new reaction in this mystery called Reveal a Secret. Whenever I reveal a secret to you, it counts as a clue, but you have to take the condition marked by the whisper, which can only be cleared by resolving the mystery. The whisper whispers to you, Topher. I don't know who you are or what you are, but do you want to hear a secret?
Sure. Voice in the wall.
Joey is Peggy's nephew by marriage. They are having an inappropriate relationship, which your friend has just ruined for the day.
Well, that's gross.
And it's a clue. Peggy says, so, Ashley, are you here visiting your parents? Are they somewhere here on the street? I know everyone, and I don't remember. And Oaks, you said it was?
Yeah, no, we moved some time back, but I don't know, I got nostalgic and I wanted to see the neighborhood, you know.
Oh, well, we're so happy you came by. I have so much to get done today. Joey's going to help me with some stuff in the backyard. We have a lot of work to do, don't we, Joey? Joey's like, I think it's okay. I think we'll be fine. No worries.
Is there like a speaker system outside? Christopher would like to blast police sirens.
For what purpose?
To just signify that like this is a fucked situation to Ashley.
I think that you can almost certainly convey that with, like, I'm sure there's a TV, right? It's probably on,
Yeah.
What do you do though?
I think I put on To Catch a Predator at full volume.
Nice. I assume that's a show that was around 2004. I don't know, but we'll. I'm sure there was something like it. If not, yeah. So when you get this like weird, you're clearly getting some kind of message from Topher.
Mhm.
What do you do?
Yeah, I think Ashley kind of looks at the TV or whatever that blasted, and she says like, "Oh, well, if you're too busy, I don't want to interrupt anything. I could go."
Peggy's like, it's just, oh, I'm sorry. I'm being a terrible representative of the neighborhood. Can I offer you a drink or something? A lemonade?
Uh, sure. Yeah. I mean, if there's anything I can help with. And she
She
kind
go-
of like glances at the TV, like, I don't think that was the right move, but I said it.
Peggy goes and turns the TV off, and she says, "No, I think I'll be okay." And she goes to the kitchen. Once you're left alone with Joey, what do you do?
I kind of look at him. I say, I'm so sorry. I feel like I intruded on something.
He's like, "Nah, it's cool. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. She's fine.
You sure?
Yeah, she's fine.
I can go. Okay.
Yeah,
What
she's
are
fine.
you gonna help her with today?
Just stuff."
Mm-hmm. Are you like, is your aunt okay? I mean, it must be scary given the shit that's been happening here.
Good. Go ahead and make the meddling move with presence.
Oh, I'm so scared now. Well, those are snake eyes.
Uh, Joey Joey like is like touching your leg under the table with his foot. He's like, we're just taking it easy today. What are you doing for the rest of the day?
She kind of like looks at it. Looks at him like touching her. But I think in a weird way, she's like, it's a way to get information. Maybe I have a boyfriend, maybe I don't. And she's like, that
Joey says, I was
depends.
thinking about going out and working out later. And he kind of flexes a little bit,
Oh,
and
no, I hate it.
he flexes a little bit. And he says, "Yeah, all that stuff that happened with that old lady, but I don't actually live here. I just come and visit my aunt and uncle sometimes. Um, but he's like, but I do have my own room here if you want to come up and see it."
Well, and I think she kind of goes like, I think I have a boyfriend.
He's like, what he doesn't know won't hurt him.
Yeah, but Deep Lake has that way, doesn't it? Nothing stays hidden here.
Topher, no, it doesn't. He's like, all right, it's cool. Can I get your number, maybe?
You already have my number. I was a volunteer where you work, but
He's like,
yes.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Well,
And
here's
she will
mine.
like give it.
He
Oh,
like gives
thanks.
you his. And I'm
Well,
gonna give you a condition marked by Joey Keene.
I
He
hate it.
hollers. He's like, Aunt Peggy, I have to go after all. Just want to stop by and say hi. I'll catch you and Uncle Maynard later. And he's getting ready to leave. What are you doing?
Mm,
I would like
yeah,
to go up and kick him in the balls real quick.
You
And-
can't
and,
though.
like, nothing
You're
happens.
you're just a figment
It's
of
the
everyone's
thought that
imagination.
counts,
Yeah.
Jason.
It's the thought.
I think Ashley will say, I'll catch you at the camp and say hi to Emily for me.
He's
And
like,
then let it
will
go.
do. And he steps out to like the sliding glass door of the back patio, and he's like,
If I
he does like
mark
the call
it-
me thing.
Oh God. If I mark a key, would I get a clue?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll mark the Fathom as well.
Okay. I'll give you the clue in a bit. Let's check in one more time with Sean and Nathan, then we'll take our break. So we're in La Fresca. I'll tell you straight away. So the major grocery store in the county or in the town in the county, it's the only one really truly in of any note in La Fresca, is called, what's the name of it? Oh, Janie Neighborhood Market. It is the same company that used to run the Janie meatpacking plant. You saw the remnants of which last time. That was Linnea was haunting it for a time. The Janie Neighborhood Market, it stands out, apart from the fact that you know you're looking for the dream, there's a line of people standing outside, like they're lined up, they're queued up to get in. The doors have not been opened yet. You can actually see a crowd, and Elliot and Casey are like, I wonder if they're there to get the, or, you know, Elliot's like, I wonder if they're there for the dream. They've got to be, right?
I don't think they have anything else going on.
Nathan's like, are we gonna have to wait in that line if we just want to buy basic groceries?
Are we trying to buy groceries, Nathan?
Well, I figured we could resupply. Like, I mean, we're running low, and fucking, he points back at Elliot and Casey, being like, these two are eating every snack we have, and what was essentially enough for the summer is now not enough for the week. But I mean, we don't have to resupply now. I was just thinking, like, hey, while we're here, sorry.
Uh,
So what do you do?
Sean's going to start looking on the ground. Did the tunnels go all the way out to La Fresca?
I don't think so.
Can I say, yeah, can I say that Nathan actually, prior to coming out to La Fresca this morning, I used You Never Know What You're Going to Get to have done some research on Morgenstern in La Fresca foods.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I
Like,
think
did some
that's fair. You can go ahead and do the meddling move with
retroactive meddling move.
retroactive meddling move with reason.
Cool.
Sean, what'd you have in mind for the tunnels? I'm curious.
They seem to go to weird places. Maybe
Oh,
go
yeah.
to the back of the grocery store.
Oh, I see. I see. I mean, La Fresca is not super close by. It would be a little unusual, but I guess it's not. I mean, if you just want to like go into the back of the grocery store, you can probably do that. You may not need like secret access to it.
I got a 5. I still get a clue, even on a miss, but that is a 5.
Yeah, that means I have to hit you with a reaction now that you're in La Fresca.
Yeah, it makes
Although
sense.
the making the connection with doing online research and now is going to be a little weird. Oh, no, I got it. You learned in your research that Hollywood star Geraldine Ambrose, star of Muffy the Zombie Killer, was going to be in La Fresca for some promotional stuff connected to the dream and La Fresca foods. And you knew this and still managed to reroute the car in the wrong direction. And now your car is trapped between her bus and like a crowd of people, and the cops have cordoned off a whole little part of the street. And so you actually cannot get out now with your car. Your car is like kind of trapped until this whole little thing is over. And so you might as well hoof it.
Yeah, I think that I'll let that ride, honestly.
a deputy comes up. She's like, are you part of Miss Ambrose's retinue, her PR security? Who are you people?
No. Hi. No. We are just here. We were going to go to this grocery store. Just shopping wise. I didn't realize that there was like a whole thing going on at this moment.
Yeah,
Sorry.
there's a whole thing going
Did I
on
drive
at
through?
this
Did I
moment.
drive through a traffic thing that I wasn't supposed to drive through?
Well, she's like, just you gotta just stay here for a minute. We're trying to like we're today is just kind of just a bit of a mess. Okay. Sorry.
Sorry. What's your name, deputy?
I'm Toro, Deputy Toro, Renita Toro. She's like, she has, let me describe her, black hair pinned up under her deputy's hat. She's wearing aviators. She smells really good, like powdered donuts and Secret by Menon. And Deputy Toro, she's very stressed out. She's like, there's a lot going on, and I can't believe Bill has got me out here by myself dealing with this. I mean, Jesus Christ, this whole situation is worse than when Store Plus, was having its Black Friday sale. And that's even with somebody getting trampled to death last year during that. This is a mess.
Sorry to hear
Bill
that.
Hanscom.
Yeah, we're friends of the sheriff. We just we just letting you know, like, hi. I don't think we know you yet, but we're friends of Bill's.
Okay, yeah, it's a small county. Everybody knows Bill.
Right.
Okay.
I was actually deputized. Could
You
I help
was.
at all?
You were deputized?
Yeah, like no shit. Actually, is that in the glove box?
So the job I have, after going through 2 years of training, you managed to get for like automatically for some reason.
I imagine that she is standing on the like driver's side window, kind of like saying this in, and like Nathan looks over at the passenger side and like reaches down by the side of his seat and just kind of like lowers his chair down a little bit out of sight, so he can just let this happen with Sean.
It was a whole situation.
Yeah. Well, okay. Listen, okay. This is a lot. All right. It's going to be way too much trouble to move these roadblocks that you managed to get behind somehow before we put them up. So you're gonna have to just wait a minute. And it's just like, hey, ma'am, please, could you just go right? That's right. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is all too much. This is too much.
Deputy, I'm offering to help here. I got.
Look at these people.
Some time.
Some of these people look, they're gonna fucking tear someone's face off if they don't get this ice cream.
You haven't had any?
No, I don't. No. I haven't. Why? Have you? Do you love it? Is it great?
It's really good.
Why don't you two get out of the car? Like, who are these kids?
Oh, that's Casey. This is Elliot.
Elliot says, "Officer, they were gonna like leave us in here with the windows rolled partially down.
They're both pathological liars."
I think you all should just go walk it off for a minute. We'll get this situation sorted so you can get your car out and just and try not to. I suppose you're here for that ice cream.
Tangentially, but not here like to buy it. We were mostly just coming in to see that we've heard that there's been like people acting kind of violently and just came up to, keep an eye on things. I guess you could call us like concerned members of the community.
Deputized concerned members.
All right, look. Since you're deputized, why don't you go help me keep this line of people calm between the dream and then this actress. I think it's just going to become a really combustible situation here. Emotions are running high, positive and negative. It's a lot.
Yeah, we can do that, right, Nathan?
Yeah, no, we can totally do that. Happy to help, deputy, wherever we can.
Good. All right. Okay. And Yeah, we'll come back to this in a minute. Let's take a quick 5-minute break. Okay, Ashley and Topher, let's sort of pick up our scene here. So, Ashley, I owe you a clue since you decided to turn a key. Everything else that happened in the scene happened though, but you will get a clue. So let's take a look here. Ah, Peggy Keene has, you've noticed, on in her curio cabinet, she has a bunch of like little like Hummel figurines. You know what those are? Like the little porcelain figurines of boys and girls in sort of bucolic settings. And you keep noticing a blinking light coming from that direction. And when you just sort of like go take a look, um, as you're having this conversation with Joey, one of the little figures, a little boy wearing a kind of Huckleberry Finn straw hat and overall situation, the little figure, its eyes are blinking red. It has like a little light or something, or a device of some sort inside of it. That's your clue.
I will try to snatch it and see if maybe at home we can find out more about it, or if Topher can. I'll like knock on it and go like, Topher, is there anything inside this thing?
I presume it's a camera, right?
Um, you can take it, Topher. You can kind of glitch it into your reality, and you don't know what it is. It's like just a little like circuit board with a light on it, blinking.
Hmm. Yeah.
Joey gives you the call me thing from outside, Ashley, as he's leaving. Peggy comes back and she's like, "Oh, you're still here. Do you want that lemonade still?"
Um, it's fine. I guess I should leave you to your day. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt
Oh no,
anything.
it's okay. I can't believe Joey just left you here. Okay. Well, it was really nice to meet you, Ashley.
It was. Yeah. Are you okay with
Yeah,
everything
well,
that's
it's
going on?
it's everybody's a little stressed out. I mean,
Mhm.
because of what Marguerite did. Um, but I'll be okay. All right. Thank you
All
for
right.
stopping by.
Thanks for having me over.
Mm,
And she'll like very awkwardly leave
yeah,
and say like,
super awkward.
okay, I assume that was a warning, Topher. What the hell?
And so, where do you both go now at this point?
Um, go ahead if you have something.
No, not particularly. I think that maybe Topher just kind of like puts a song about sleepovers on the radio.
Is Mr. W with you?
Yeah, with Topher, I think. I think
Yeah,
he
yeah.
somehow made it with
Yeah,
him.
yeah, he's always with. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
there last time. Um, I think when you go outside, Ashley,
Mhm.
you see a man in a gray suit, an old-fashioned looking suit, but immaculate, and he has a sort of mauve necktie, and his dark hair is parted and slicked to the side, and he's smoking a cigarette. If not for his the fact that he's significantly smaller, he looks a little bit like Big Man, actually. He's just sort of standing there on the corner, smoking a cigarette in his gray suit, watching.
Feel like do a little acknowledgement wave to see if he's gonna say anything.
He does. He tips his imaginary hat at you.
Yeah.
And to you as well, Topher. He gives a
Oh.
little hello.
Is he like close enough to like casually speak to, or is it like more of in the distance? A
It's
little
like, I mean, you have to cross the street to him, I guess. Yeah.
I think Ashley just kind of like whispers to herself, like, yeah, still absolutely fucking hate this place. And then she'll like cross and say, hi, nice day out.
So for Will as well.
He looks at you both, left and right. He reaches down and he actually pets Mr. W. And then he gets up. He drops his cigarette on the ground and puts it out. And he just smiles and turns and walks away from you.
That shouldn't be working the way that it does. I feel like I have the worst part of having a boyfriend without getting any of the fun parts. And I was kind of like, I think what she's trying to do, sort of to distract herself from how awful this day is so far, is she's going to try and either find her old house. I think it would be interesting if it's either like a house that
that'd be
somebody's
fun.
living in, or if
Yeah.
it's just like maybe nobody built there again or something. But to find
Yeah,
that
maybe
place.
it's these maybe it's yeah. You can find your old house. When you go there, you'll notice that all the windows have had aluminum foil put up on them. So there's like, you can't look inside, and every window has aluminum foil on it. There's a welcome mat with like gray men aliens on it that say, you know, I think that it's some kind of little, it's a little funny thing, a little alien.
It says come back with a warrant.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty good. Come back with a warrant. And there's a little like one of those like little like kind of like wooden signs that you get at like a craft store or like a Cracker Barrel or something, like a little homey sign, except it says the truth is out there. What do you do?
Yeah, this tracks. This absolutely tracks. And she'll like knock.
a little voice thing at the front squawks to life, and it says, identify yourself.
Ashley Oaks? You don't know me, but I used to live here.
What do you want?
This used to be my house, and I was wondering if I could just take one look at it for old time's sake.
I want the day move to convince him to let you in. What do you afraid is going to happen if you fail?
I'm afraid he will let me in, but it's like a trap. Like, you know, this
Okay.
paranoid person is like,
yeah.
I don't trust you, and I'll lure you in.
Okay, great. Go ahead and roll with, well, what else? Like that's a, I guess you've given him a pretty good reason. Go ahead and roll with composure.
That's a 7 for composure.
He says, okay, so you just want to like see your room or something, or?
Yeah, if that's okay.
Yeah, okay. Do you mind if I do an inspection of you before you come in?
Inspect away.
All right, very good. And you hear like this very mechanical sounding like thing going on with the door, like remote lock type situation. The door like opens up. The door opens up into a like metal cage in the foyer. And you hear his voice. He's like, okay, step in there.
Yep. All right. I didn't die yesterday. And she'll step in.
And then he comes out into the hall. This is Ed Rogelski. He has long brown hair tied back in a ponytail. He's quite lanky, very stick thin. He has a denim vest with a pin that says, I want to believe. He comes up to you and he says, what are you really here for?
All right. You're on to me. I'm here because I've received a signal. And I want to know where it comes from.
You too, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You look a little too young to be military or CIA. So he's got like a little like wand thing. And he's like waving the wand over you from the other side of the cage. See if you have any electronic devices on you. You're not wearing a wire, are you?
No, I wouldn't know how to.
Topher, are you in the cage as well?
Probably, unless there's a way that they can get past.
I think when he waves the wand over where you're at, he picks up something. He's like, whoa. Whoa, what is that? His little device is like, kind of squawking at him.
Can I make it beep at the X-Files theme?
Yes. That would be so good. I love it. I love it. What are you hoping to accomplish?
To kind of mostly like get him on Ashley's side, like be like,
I
oh,
like it.
you're bringing the
that's
things.
good. That's good. Yeah, I like it. Go ahead and roll. Or we'll say day move. What are you afraid is going to happen if you misinterpret the situation or just fail?
I think he's gonna be way, way too into it.
Okay, I like it. Roll with vitality.
Ooh. All right. Haha, 9.
Very good. So you make his little thing beep the tone of the X-Files theme song. Do, 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 do. And he's like, no way. Oh. He does it again. And he's like, are you doing that?
Signal is doing that. The connection to it.
Holy shit. Holy shit. This, oh. God damn. Oh. All right. He goes and he hits a button and the cage door opens up. He's like, come on in. He's like, this is crazy. And the complication, Topher, is he closes the cage door, and for whatever reason, maybe because of something to do with all of his equipment, you're trapped. You can't leave the cage.
Oh.
And he takes Ashley into his headquarters, his home base, as it were. It's very dark in there. It's very dark and hot inside Ed Rogelski's home. Let's go back to La Fresca. So Renita Toro has asked you all to just like kind of entertain the crowd, keep them calm while she kind of figures out what's going on with this actress and kind of gets the situation sorted out. Also get your car from out from behind this impromptu roadblock security situation they've set up. And let's paint the scene about the crowd first, because this queue, it's a bit of a mess. It's a seething, simmering queue. It's filled with people anxious to get their hands on a carton of the dream. Everyone paint the scene. What do we see in this line of people that makes us think violence could break out at any moment?
There is a discarded container of the dream, just kind of like litter in the parking lot from someone who bought it and immediately just began to eat it out of the store and dropped it. And people are just kind of waiting, are just like staring at it, like hungrily. A little wind like rolls it by, and you see people like tense up like cats, almost like they're ready to just leap for it and begin tearing at to get any residue that might be in there.
I think
I think
there's like, oh, go ahead.
as more and more people join the queue, because it's so close to the road, everyone's just getting closer and closer together, and you can see the tension on everybody's face. You see people with earrings starting to take their earrings out. You see jewelry being slipped into pockets, or like necklace chains wrapped around knuckles.
The thrum of voices that go from, just the conversations to almost these like very hushed tones, like everyone is dropping low to concentrate and to spot what is happening.
I think that we can see into the window of the actress's bus. She's very like slowly and sensually eating a carton of the dream, and people are standing directly beneath the window looking up with their mouths open like turkeys in the rain.
That's very good. Very good, very good. Speaking of said actress, Nathan, she comes out of her bus eventually. Geraldine Ambrose, you know her. She's a TV star. Smoking hot, but in a non-threatening girl next door kind of way. Wearing her signature smirk and raised eyebrow. Very confident posture. She steps out of the bus and she's like, and she kind of announces to the crowd, you have people who are standing in line at the grocery store, which is the bus is parked in the parking lot of. She's like, she comes out and she does her trademark Muffy the zombie killer thing. She's like, oh my God, gag me with a spoon, deadheads. And then she raises up her fingers and finger guns, but like no one reacts. Everyone's just like focused on the dream. And she like puts her finger guns down. She's like, ugh. And she looks at you, Nathan. She's like, ugh. This is what I get for doing these little hick gigs in these little hick towns.
Oh, you're talking to me. Hi. Yeah. Why did you come here?
She's like,
It's like an agency thing, like they're making you do it.
It's just a promotional thing. I think there's the ice cream, I guess they're getting ready to do a national campaign, and I'm here for.
Why are they getting Muffy the zombie killer to promote ice cream? That's a weird one.
Well, I have a whole range of work that's not just Muffy the zombie killer, even though we
Well,
did
no,
have
but like,
4 very successful seasons. I've done all
they were
kinds
pretty
of stuff.
good. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. I don't watch a lot of like TV. I was mostly pretty busy at the studios.
I don't watch a lot of TV.
I work in Hollywood. I was
I'm
busy
too smart
working
for TV.
No, I'm not too smart for it. I'm an overworked fucking background painter. I just didn't get the chance to watch a lot of TV. I work at well, I worked at Disney. Now I don't. These guys kind of suck.
Oh, you work on set.
Yeah, well, I work in the animation department.
Oh, so not really on set.
Like in production. I guess the closest thing to our version of a set is like when we bring people to the recording studio to like record, but yeah, not really like a set. I did paint on a set once and it did not go well. Bad experience.
Okay, well, What are you doing right now?
He like looks trying to just kind of get a feel for this place. Why? Is there something that you could use help with?
And she turns to this young guy who's with her behind her. This guy is he's kind of a top button is buttoned kind of guy, right? He's wearing a colorful waistcoat. He has glasses on that he probably thinks make him look very smart and academic. And she like whispers something to him, and then she gets back on the bus.
Cool.
And then
All right.
he says to you, he says, "Hi, hello,
What's up?
hi. Miss Ambrose would like for you to come on the bus."
Why?
It's like, Miss Ambrose is interested in talking with you about Hollywood and show business.
Wait. But why didn't she tell me?
Because it's my job to manage her schedule.
Nathan almost forgot for a moment that he worked in Hollywood, and this used to be the normal thing for him to experience. And now he's just like, "Oh, geez, fucking not this." He goes, "Oh, okay, thanks. What's your name?"
My name is Stuart. I'm Ms. Ambrose's assistant and best friend.
Oh, well, congrats. Okay, sure. I like shuffles over to the bus, like
He's
just
like, "I'm sorry, could you hold on 1 second?" And he
okay.
answers a cell phone call. He's like, No, I'm afraid Ms. Ambrose doesn't have time to meet with you this week. But let me go ahead and take your number that you can be reached at. I'll check the schedule and then get back to you with some times that might work better for her. I'm sure we can make something happen in, say, 3 months. Right. Okay, good. All right. Bye-bye.
So
You,
I'm good.
bus.
Just you bus, cool. Yeah. Hey, Sean, you're good? You drooling? What's up?
Me bus?
No, him bus. I look over at Stuart. Him
He's
bus.
like, I don't think so.
Just me bus. Um, I look at
And
Sean.
not the two little boys. Miss Ambrose has a thing about kids.
It's fine by me. I mouth the words autograph to Sean, like behind Stuart's back, like okay. Okay. Hey, I guess Sean, call me if you need my help. I guess I'm gonna go talk about production work with her. Okay. He gets on board the bus.
Very good. Sean, what are you doing in the meantime?
I think he was close enough that when they were speaking, a little bit of spit from the actress landed on his arm, and he's just like wondering if he can frame it. But then he'll
A fan
look
of
up.
Muffy the Zombie Killer, are you?
Oh yeah, and I think he'll try not to weep as he turns away. And okay, hey, Sprogs, you want to be useful? It's fun.
And they look at each other and they're like, do we want to be useful?
Do you want to be part of an investigation?
Who do you think you're talking to, man? We're Elliot and Casey. We get shit done.
Right. Okay, I have a job for you.
Shoot.
You need to cut through this line and go into the grocery store. Say your mom's inside.
Okay.
And then in
She's
about
not, though.
2 minutes, yeah, just if people ask, and they're going to ask, they're going to get pissed. Say your mom's inside. And then about 2 minutes, come out and say, hey, Dad, mom's waiting for you. And I'm going to pretend to be your dad.
Elliot looks at Casey and he says, so he's the dad. So I was right this whole time. Nathan is the mom. And they're like, we got you, pard. And it's a good plan. Day move. What are you afraid is going to happen if it doesn't go to plan?
The kids are going to get wrapped up in something inside the grocery store, and we're going to have to get them out.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll with Reason.
A 9.
It's going to work, but I think what's going to happen is the manager's going to intercept them and then like invite you in under the pretense of, are these your kids?
Yeah, let's do it.
Good. Let's cut back over to Ashley and Topher for a scene. And then we'll have another scene with the other, and then we'll call it a day phase. So Ashley, Ed Rogalski is really paranoid and has a lot of thoughts. He's like, I've been talking about the signal for years, man, for years. Nobody wants to take me seriously. No one has ever. Hey, do you sometimes do do do,
Do
do
I
you
hear it?
do you remember an old TV station?
Yes. Yes, TV Odyssey.
TV Odyssey. Yes.
Right? At the purple tapes.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
Okay.
do.
Yeah.
You do
Yeah.
too?
Well, yeah, but like no one around here will talk about it. Everyone acts like it didn't happen.
I know. Everyone, I don't think they're receiving the same signals that we're receiving.
This situation is so fucked.
It
You know, I
really
hear
is.
things sometimes. Here.
Yeah, me too. What kind of things? This thing, it talks to you, doesn't it? What does it say?
Make the meddling move with presence. No, it's still composure, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
composure. Okay.
Let me take a look at your conditions too. No, you're okay on conditions. Yeah.
All right. It's an 11.
Oh, very good. Topher, what are you doing right now? You cannot leave the cage. Like, it's something about the equipment is keeping you here. Your signal will not transmit.
I think Topher is well, I guess they're just gonna sit down and start writing on their blog and make their laptop manifest.
Very good. I like that. Yeah. Mr. W just sort of like sits down and puts his paws over his snout and kind of whines a little bit.
I know, buddy. Pet him and give him little scratches behind the ears.
Huh. Let me take a look at my mystery sheet really quickly. You see, well, you can't because the windows have aluminum foil all over them, so never mind. Does it say you see something outside, but you can't see anything outside because Ed Rogalski is paranoid. Instead, you hear a voice. Oh, she's in trouble. Real trouble. Do you want to know why Ed Rogalski knows about TV Odyssey?
Uh-huh.
Because he still has one of his sets in the basement. Say that again, Tover. We didn't pick that up.
Topher says under their breath, holy shit, fucking Happy Jack. And I think they're gonna try and start like rattling the cage, like make ghost noises and shit and try and scare the guy.
I'll give you a chance in a moment. Ed says, so, I I've heard stuff. I've seen stuff and heard stuff. Down in the basement. Follow me.
Yeah.
And he starts
okay.
going down towards the basement. And here, Topher, you can make the day move. Although it might be the night move, given the circumstances. What are you afraid is going to happen if you fail to get Ashley's attention?
She's going to show up in an Odyssey tape.
Oh, that would be gruesome. And I have to say how it's worse than that. The reason why she's going to show up in Odyssey tape is because she's going to be in the next episode of Happy Jack. Go ahead and roll with, I think it's Vitality again.
Seven.
You'll be able to get Ashley's attention, but I'll leave it up to Jazzy to decide like how it's interpreted. So what does it look like first, Topher?
I think that the cage starts like rattling, and they play a very like shrill violin song over the speakers of their laptop and just shake the fuck out of the cage and make as much noise as they can.
And Ed turns back and says, "What the hell? Probably just a short circuit or something, a glitch. Here, come on, follow me."
She looks at the cage, and I think we see her hand slip into her pocket where she clasps a knife and says, "Yeah, probably nothing." I think she still wants to see the basement, but she is prepared for stuff to go wrong.
Indeed. He gets to the bottom of this landing of the stairs where there's a door into the basement proper. And he says, "After you."
Sure. And she will like slip past him, but kind of keep her eye on him, like pretending she is just an innocent, sweet girl, not unaware of anything, but keeping her eye on everything.
He doesn't step inside the basement with you. He flips a switch, causing a panic room door to seal the basement off. Unless you react in some way to avoid this.
Can I say that because I was prepared because of Topher, I have a small water testing kit in my equipment. Can I say that I would have taken like, like one of the tubes to test, and I like slide it under the door so it doesn't completely close. So like it looks closed, but I can actually still open it fairly easily.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like
Yeah.
jam the system in some way that it
Like the
looks
sensor
I'm
detects
trapped.
it. The sensor
Yeah.
detects it and doesn't close all the way. Yeah, that's pretty good. So he thinks it's closed, but it's not. Yeah. So it goes down just partially, but it kind of stops. And he thinks it's closed completely. And he says, "Now don't worry. You're not down there alone. I've got a good friend down there. It's going to keep you company. I'll be back in a bit." And he begins tromping up the stairs.
I think Ashley will like sell it. She'll like climb on the door and be like, but like not really trying.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I like it. I think it would be interesting if the two of you have to spend the night phase in Ed
Yeah, I think
Rogalski's house. Yeah.
That tracks. That makes sense.
Yeah. Let's check it with Nathan and Sean again. Geraldine Ambrose. She's like, "Oh, thanks for meeting with me."
Yeah, no big deal. He kind of like is like a little confused because he's just like, whatever. Although the hairs on the back of his neck stand up using sight beyond sight. What is about to happen here, Jason?
Oh, what is about to happen?
I'm down, Jazzy.
It's actually nothing like, I think she's just bored
Yeah.
and she's going to just invite you to like hang out.
Okay. That also answers the why is that about to happen, I guess. So that
Yeah,
works as
she's
well.
just kind of bored.
She needs a friend, a person to chill with. I get that.
Who's not an underling, right?
Who's not? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so let's talk about, I think, I can't remember if her bus is a location or not. Let me look.
I think it is.
I think it is, but oh yeah. Geraldine Ambrose's bus has a full kitchen and wet bar, comfortable reclining seats with a luxurious bedroom in the back for her. Numerous mounted TV VCR combos are playing old episodes of Muffy the Zombie Killer, but all muted. Let's paint the scene, everyone. What unusual contract writers does Geraldine have based on what you see in the bus? Does everybody know what a contract writer is?
I do not.
Contract writers, like whenever like celebrity makes an appearance, their contracts will often have like weird requests just to see if people are reading the contract, but they also expect the request to be fulfilled. So it's like, I want a jar of M&Ms, but only the green ones, that kind of thing, right? So what kind of weird contract writers
I
does
have
Geraldine
one.
have? Go ahead.
She has an art book of Treasure Planet. And like everywhere she goes, like they need to give her an art book of Treasure Planet.
That specific thing.
Yes.
That shows dedication. You have to go find this book. What other weird contract writers?
I think there's a fish tank, but with water and plants and stuff, but the only living thing in it are snails.
The bed sheets are like the exact off-white color, like the Pantone one over from white is
yeah.
like everything that is off-white is exactly one Pantone shift.
Very good.
There is a tamed horned frog, horned toad, that just has like free reign of the whole bus.
She's like, well, welcome to my mobile palace.
He's like looking around and then points at the TV monitors and just goes, so you do more than Muffy, huh?
She's like, okay, fine, whatever.
No,
Listen.
I mean, it's if you take pride in like that project, like more power to you. I'm not judging.
I'm just saying that I can do a lot. I have range.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, but like you clearly like you take pride in Muffy, right? Like is just still pointing at the screens.
She's like, yeah. It's just look. I'm a little raw about that Entertainment Weekly article that said that now that Muffy has just wrapped its last season, that I am going to have a hard time finding work because I've been so typecast. And I'm sure the fact that I'm out here in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Arizona, or wherever we're at,
New Mexico,
doing a commercial for a regional ice cream product certainly doesn't help.
Oh, you're shooting an actual like commercial here?
Yeah, we're gonna film a commercial.
What's the commercial?
Well, we're not going to film the commercial here. I'm here just doing like maybe like an appearance.
Doing the promotion. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
What are they? What I imagine like what they're doing like that in like Albuquerque or something, like because like they got like
Albuquerque.
It's a city. There's a lot of like New Mexico based like film production. Whatever. He stops and stares at the Treasure Planet art book.
She's like, "Oh, do you know that?"
He points at it. He's like that. How do you have one of those?
I included my writer because it's only available in the deep discounted section at Barnes and Noble.
Yeah,
and that's how we know they're reading the contract if they actually make a trip to Barnes and Noble and pay $2.98 to get that art book. So.
Oh, so you don't? Okay, so you're not like a fan or anything. It's just like a thing.
No, I don't even. She's like, and she opens it up. She's like, It's like a little cartoon or something. I don't even know what this is.
She's looking exactly at one of Nathan's pieces. Okay, yeah, no, okay. Just shut up on that one.
She snaps it closed.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
So what do you think of this
What-
ice cream?
Oh, it's good. I mean, it's actually really good. It's not bad. It's really good. I don't have a good feeling about it though. It's like, you know, when they did like new Coke and like everyone hated it.
No, I don't remember that.
Okay. I don't have an allegory for you then.
Right. Okay. So what was your name again?
Nathan Toomey.
Right. Nathan. Let's start over.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I'll ask you a question. You ask me a question, and then we'll go back and forth and just to get to know each other. You start though. Go ahead. You can ask me
Okay.
anything you want.
What is your dream role?
That's pretty good. I think I'd really love to play Lady Macbeth.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Oh, I could totally do Lady Macbeth. Absolutely.
Like as you are now, or we mean like in like when you were like 40?
Okay, my turn to ask a question.
Okay.
What's your favorite episode of Muffy the Zombie Killer?
Silencio. The one with the dudes with like the fucking the suits and like the teeth.
Oh,
It's really creepy.
right. Okay,
Good
yeah.
one.
Yeah, I vaguely remember it.
I mean, just from like an actual, just like, you know, it was cool. It was really cool. Actually, no. Okay, like my favorite in terms of like.
You've never watched Muffy the Zombie Killer, have you?
I've seen maybe like 5 episodes, and of the 5, I really liked 3 of them, and one of those was Silencio, and the other one was like the musical episode.
This is going nowhere.
Is it my turn to ask a question, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. He like looks around the trailer and just says like, just, why did you grab a random stranger off the street to talk about anything with?
Do you like pizza?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I do.
Okay.
Is that your question, or is that like a tangential?
It's just a
thing?
Associated question.
Because if it's your question, I can get more specific about like the type of pizza I like, but we might be here a while. Okay.
We're gonna have pizza tonight. Well, the crew is gonna have pizza. I'm not gonna eat pizza, but I'm gonna be here.
Okay.
I'm inviting you to have pizza with us tonight.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll check with my friend Sean. I gave him a ride here, so I just want to make sure that he's going to be in, if he also is going to be like around. Is it cool if I like +1 my friend Sean?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Okay, yeah. I just don't want to like, you know, make him walk back to the next town because I can't drive him.
Is there another town?
Yeah, there's a few. There's Deep Lake, which is like a little bit from here. There's I think there's a place called White Spray.
Okay, right.
There's Devilwood. I don't know, like this.
Okay, cool. I'm not super conversant in Arizona, Nevada.
I'm not super conversant about anything. Was it my turn to ask you a question, or is it your turn to ask me a question? Okay.
Ask me a question.
Okay, well, actually, wait, hold on. I have a question for the question, so it doesn't count as an actual question. What is do you have like experience romantically with like dating? I want to ask you dating advice, and I'm gonna feel weird if I at least don't establish the baseline of like.
Oh my god, are you turning this into like a rom-com moment?
If do you mean like in the rom-com way of like when
we're having this awkward conversation and then we're gonna fall in love? Is that how this is gonna go?
No. I think it's more like the scene when like the quirky best friend asks like about another thing, but it's not like a No, not no. I have a girlfriend. I think I have a girlfriend. She kind of forgot I existed. We're working through it. I kind of want to talk about that with someone, and you
That sounds
grabbed me. So,
toxic.
girl, you don't know the half of it.
Very good. We'll cut the scene there. Sean, are you? Let's make progress on the investigation. What'd you get on your die roll?
9.
Oh, it was the mid result. That's right. So the manager of the store comes out. The line is very anxious at this point, and they're like, wanting to know when they're going to be let in. Da, da, da. And he's like, just what? Just hold on, folks. Hold on. And he's cut Casey and Elliot like kind of by the collar, essentially. And he's like, where's your dad? And he looks up and he sees you and he's like, that's your dad? That looks like your brother. And Elliot goes, you should see our mom. and then they bring he brings them to you, this man.
They high five like assholes.
This man is he has he's got well-fitted chinos and a Janie Neighborhood Market polo shirt. He's wearing a Rolex, probably a college graduation gift, and you notice he gives like a little wink to Deputy Toro, who's kind of arrived now to help with crowd control. And he comes over and he's like, sir, are these your kids?
Well, they're my wife's kid. I adopted them.
Okay, well, I caught them stuffing candy into their pockets.
Oh my God, I am so sorry.
Now
you
listen,
know what? We will.
I don't want
pay
this to
for
turn
that.
it. I happen to know the local constable really well, and he gives Renita another wink. And I can make all this go away. I just come in with me, we'll talk about this. And he kind of brings you into the grocery store, which is like really empty. They haven't let anyone in.
I see why this plan didn't work.
Exactly. And he's like, so yeah. What's going on here? Why did you send your kids in here? Are you that desperate for some of this ice cream?
Not really, no. What is up with the ice cream?
I don't know. I mean, we've never had crowds like this. I mean, I just talked to a couple who drove all the way from Albuquerque, if you can believe it, to get their hands on some of the dream. Isn't that wild?
That's a hike, yeah.
Business has definitely been booming, though I do wish some of these people would buy other stuff, like vegetables and food. That would be great. They just come in and they wipe us out on the dream.
And you're getting enough to support that?
And here you'll notice that they have actually set up a whole section of the grocery store. It's a sort of like, I don't know, it looks like a shrine to the dream. The Janie Neighborhood Market has brightly lit aisles and that cold, flat smell of packaged and uncooked food. You might notice a little uncomfortably that there's a cardboard standee of Hampton the pig who greets you at the front door. One whole section of the store is currently awash in white and pink, a pop-up shop for the dream. Everyone, what sorts of marketing items do we see? And what about them is slightly unnerving?
I think there's the Dream branded stress balls that look like little spheres of ridged creamy stuff, and they're flagged as the Dream flavored.
There's like these little keychains that you can get, and it looks like they are actually melting. Like nothing is dripping, but it looks like they're just melting and gooey.
On a similar note, there are window decals that they're offering that like of just like little like kind of like just gooey white matter, and if and as they will show in the New Mexican heat and sun, they will actually run down your window.
What a gross detail.
It's awful.
I think that there is a like a big solid like frozen statue of Morgenstern made out of Frozen the Dream.
A Morgenstern dream statue. I love it. There's also, I'll note, a big stack of dream cartons towering, ziggurat-like, waiting to be purchased. The crowd is getting really, really antsy, Sean. They're starting to bang on the glass of the grocery store. We want the dream. We want the dream. Elliot and Casey start chanting it too, and they're in the store. We want the dream. And this grocery store guy, this manager, Hector, his name's Hector, he's like, this is bad, bad, bad. Oh, man. Renita said she was going to have some like help for me here today to like keep this crowd under control. We almost like, it was like a stampede yesterday.
And you haven't had any?
Well, no. I mean, I got to let these people in eventually, but I don't. It's just me and Steven, and there's like a cashier kid there. Like, we can't. I mean, they'll fight each other. They'll fight each other over this stuff. I've seen it.
Yeah, like this isn't normal, right?
No, it's not
Like,
normal. No, there's nothing normal about it. This
Okay.
is all insane. All of it. It's crazy.
right. So we want to know what's going on. Do you have anything? Do you know where this is? Can you give us the address to the warehouse?
Oh, good. Make the meddling move with composure.
That's a 9.
He's going to tell you what he knows, but I think the line actually breaks out into violence, and they have to lock the doors because the crowd is trying to bust in. Let's take a quick 5-minute break. We'll come back. We'll do that scene, and then we'll get our night phase teed up. Sean, the situation is really out of hand at the grocery store. Nathan, you're aware of it too, because basically it's happening in between where the two of you are. You're on either side of the grocery store parking lot. And it devolves really rapidly. The crowd takes Deputy Toro's sidearm from her, and she has to flee into the grocery store. And she does. And they lock the door. The crowd is like getting really, really rowdy, and they are demanding that they be let in or that the dream be brought out. And there are other people who are arriving as well. These people are not the people who were in the crowd in the line. It looks like it's more citizens, but they're actually starting to surround all the exits and entrances to the grocery store, almost zombie-like. They're just kind of standing there, and Deputy Toro says, I don't know what the hell's going on, but this is insane. It's ice cream. And Hector is like, just, I think all the doors are secure. I think we'll be okay. I don't think they can get in. She's like, they have my gun, and like it's a whole thing. Meanwhile, Nathan, Stuart comes in and interrupts your little meeting with Geraldine, and he says, "We have to lock this place down. The crowd out there, they're going nuts. I think they have the grocery store under siege." And Geraldine's like, "What the hell?"
What the fuck?
And then when she looks out the window and sees the crowds of people around the grocery store just standing there, she's like, "Oh, I've seen this before." Or better yet, Muffy has seen this before. This is not good.
What?
She's like, "Look, man, fucking
Yeah, I
ice
see.
cream zombies."
They're not zombies. They're just. Okay, they might be zombies.
And there's more and more of them. Where the hell are they all coming from?
I assume the other counties.
Okay. Mm.
Is this like, oh shit, Sean. I can like go into my I grab my phone and I quickly like dial Sean as I'm like looking out the window trying to like see if I like scan like the crowd for him.
Right as you pick up your phone, you're getting a call that you don't recognize.
It scares him. He looks he'll answer it. Hello?
It's like, "Hello, is this Nathan Toomey?"
Yeah, sorry, may I ask who's speaking?
We met briefly before. This is Father Rogelio Martinez from.
Right, from the house invasion. Yeah. How's it
Right.
going, Father?
Well, I'm happy to say that it's well, I'm here. I'm alive.
Yeah.
And we certainly have a lot to talk about, that's for sure.
Sure, yeah.
But
yeah.
we have a more pressing problem right now.
No kidding, yeah.
It's Linnea, and I can't get a hold of Topher. They're not answering their phone.
Yeah, Topher's not available right now.
We have a real problem with Linnea.
Yeah, what's going on with Linnea?
She's at the water tower.
Okay.
I think she's going to jump.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Yeah, I'll let the others know quickly. I'm currently surrounded by a mob of ice cream zombies, so I might be a bit delayed to that, but I'll see if I can drive quick enough.
He says,
Which water tower is that?
"Degoya County is truly, truly hidden from the eyes of God."
I mean, yeah. Kind of. Yeah, cool. Am I supposed to like say something to you back? Like, is this how
He's like-
religion works?
He's like, "I'm trying to get Daryl and Trinity and Silas. I'm trying to get hold of them. I'm trying to get hold of someone, anyone to help me with this."
Yeah. Let me get out of Garland Ambrose's trailer and find Sean, and we can try and get there as quickly as possible. Do you watch Muffy the Zombie Killer? Never mind. Anyway, bye. Fuck.
Good.
Then I call Sean.
So now we are heading into the dusk phase with all of our situations.
Oh.
You don't have any tapes, so there's no question of whether you're watching a tape or not, because you don't have any. And so let's just check in with our phase tracker and figure out what we have to do here. Yeah. Are you gonna try to answer a question?
Do we have questions to answer that we have clues for? That's a good question. I mean, if things are looking pretty dire with Summoning Circle, we might need to do a -1 roll with this to resolve it tonight if it looks like she's about to jump from a water tower.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's not looking great, and it would be a flat roll because you have 4 clues. So.
We have 4. I thought I was at 3. Oh yeah, I do have 4. We do have 4.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, okay, then it's flat roll.
Well, I don't think we can get the 3 though, or the 4 though, because Topher's in the chromatic desert.
Because you haven't had, yeah.
Yeah, so it is 3. Yep.
It's just 3. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
So it would be at a -1. Haha. I mean, we can try that. Just if we feel like it, and then I mean, we also do have enough for the threshold question on the whisper as well.
That is true as well. Well, what do we think? I mean, do you want to make a go at?
I think summoning circle needs to be resolved. Things seem dire.
Yeah,
We can
agreed.
try. I mean, we've got so many keys to spare to Mark if it
No.
goes wrong.
No.
It's totally
No, no.
fine.
No.
So
Totally fine.
we're still thinking that like the ghost that's possessing Linnea is Dolores, right?
100%.
It's the actual Dolores. The one that
Yeah.
you fought, that was just the great hunger in the form of Dolores. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like, since like we established it's Dolores, so like, I mean, what does Dolores's ghost want, or her soul, I guess?
Well, I think that we had briefly discussed Father Regalio also being a spirit, and that's what the headstone was Father Regalio's. And
But
so
Rogelio
maybe
then we said Rogelio was a ghost when when only you had met him, and now that we've all met him, I feel less on the train of Rogelio is obviously a ghost because he it's less of a Sixth Sense twist now.
Although I feel like the way that we have all interacted with him, like it only, I mean, like, yeah, I guess he did call you on the phone, but that is something
It
that
could still be a
Chromatic
ghost.
Desert
Yeah,
wise.
yeah, it could still be a
Yeah.
ghost.
like I
I'm
don't think
thinking,
any of
like,
us
less-
actually saw him during the Night of the Bone Wolves.
Yeah, we did.
Like,
No, we definitely
or
did.
briefly.
Ashley
Yeah.
did. I say, like,
Nathan did, yeah.
yeah. But I think like it's maybe like not necessarily a ghost situation, but like a Chromatic Desert situation. And
Maybe.
like all of us being
Oh.
like so touched by it already. And then like I think Ashley is actually the only one who's seen him like exclusively in the Night of the Bone Wolves.
I
Or
don't
like
know.
that was
so.
most of us.
I don't know, like contextually, just after the last few sessions, it what really feels like makes the most sense to me is that Father Rogelio is just a real person, and there's nothing there's nothing supernatural about, other than the fact that he knows about supernatural stuff and deals with it. But like, I don't know, after like the contextualization of the last two sessions, I'm just kind of like, maybe Father Rogelio is just a dude. He's just a guy.
mean,
He's just a really
think-
put upon priest.
Regardless of that, I think that
Yeah.
the thing that the ghost could still want is to be with him, right? And maybe like that's the problem. Like he's an actual person and she is a possessed ghost, and like these demonic things, like these ghost things, like that is the only way that she like maybe like when he's trying to exercise or like has all this care for her, that's the only moment that he is, you know, like caring for Dolores, even though it's like this possessed situation, like that's the only connection that they have now because one is a ghost
So let's see
and the other is an actual person.
let's see how we can take our three clues and figure out what and how to paint those in what Dolores's spirit wants. The doll's hand wrapped with white thread that Linnea dropped in Rogelio's apartment. I mean, like, that seems to me like that's very, metaphorical of like, bound by thread, bound by thread to Rogelio, bound, or maybe bound by thread. Or I could even see a wild direction, since the great hunger of Dolores is out there still as well, that it's like,
I think I may have something actually.
oh,
I think we established. Can someone remind me like what we established for why it was like a sorrowful ghost? That was like just the affair, like the love affair, sort of. What if, because we know that Dolores drowned, right? That was part of
Right.
it.
Yeah.
What if it was Father Rogelio who like made her soul like come back, and what the ghost wants is to be set free? Like
Well,
that
but-
seems to be what they're trying to do, and it's Rogelio who is like fettering her to this place. That's the white thread. That's the tombstone. That's the love sign carved into the wood, because he is keeping her here.
We did previously establish that it was a sorrowful ghost that is inside Linnea, because Linnea previously like had died in the womb and was receptive to things,
Right.
and that it is Dolores's ghost who was like wanting to like, we're not like necessarily wanting. I don't know. I don't see the angle on Rogelio like binding her and keeping her here against her will.
I don't think like necessarily like like maliciously, or even like he knows that that's what it is, because he's obviously trying to save her. He's been like the one leading the charge, but we have never actually gone to a point where that was possible.
What if it's just Dolores's love for Rogelio keeping her ghost
Yeah,
here?
just
Like
just
it's
the
a
love.
Like I was
I don't.
thinking that
Yeah.
like the doll's hand with the white thread was like Dolores trying to get a message across, like take my hand in marriage, the white thread being that symbolization.
No, I know what it is. I know what it is. I think I got it. Because like we're kind of sitting here like doing like stretchings, and I think I know what it is. I think it goes back to the night that Dolores died, right? Or like, drowned that day. I think I know how to make this work. Is that I think we had previously said that like Rogelio was there as well, and like she had been fished out of the water, all of those things. I think because we never said like specifically what happened on the day of the drowning, other than that it happened. What if the white thread and like obviously the message and the extreme cold, this all points to more context of the drowning. The cold, obviously, the fucking depths of Deep Lake are frigid. That's where Dolores sank to. That's why the gravestone just had an otherworldly extreme cold around it.
You get to also say whose headstone it is as well. That's a
Yeah,
because
I think
I left that detail to you. So
and it is neither Dolores's headstone nor Rogelio's headstone because he's not a ghost. It is the headstone of another person who did drown. That Rogelio, maybe it's Rogelio's like someone related to Rogelio, and so it's like when Rogelio dove in to save the people who were drowning, he was only able to save Dolores, but and the other person drowned and died in the lake. Dolores's spirit feels guilty for the death of Rogelio's relative, and because she was saved, but Rogelio still lost someone. Her love for Rogelio is like a great like burden of like, oh my god, like you saved me but lost someone else close to you. I want you to like, she's trying to like, I guess like find some way to also dredge up the spirit of the person who died, or give like Rogelio some closure. I know that's kind of like what I'm thinking though, is like there is like a third person here who drowned, and the sorrow is not of her death or her love for Rogelio, but rather the love that they shared. He chose her over someone else. She's a ghost with survivor's guilt is kind of what I'm getting at here. So there's like an angle maybe there of like helping,
like two people were drowning. One was some family member, and one was her, and he chose to rescue her because of their love, and the other person died. So that's what the headstone is, that other person who drowned, that other, what's his last name? Martinez, I think.
yeah.
It's another Martinez, and so that accounts for the extreme cold, just kind of going with the whole drowning angle, and also the person whose headstone it is. And then the message, the DR plus RM forever, is just kind of emphasizing that they were in love. So what about the doll's hand?
I think the thread might just be like a metaphor of just like the bond, and because like she wants to be free of the survivor's guilt of, I mean, because she was saved but also still died, like her ghost is outside. So I feel like she just kind of wants to like, she feels like tethered to this burden of like, you saved me, lost someone else, and still lost me. Like that is there's like a ghost who is just like bound by guilt of feeling like they didn't deserve it. I don't know, maybe that's just a metaphor or representative of that feeling.
I think it's interesting. What does the group think?
Yeah.
I fucking love it. I think it was great.
Okay. Ashley, any thoughts?
The relative doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but if everybody's cool with it, I'm fine.
Well, what if
with
it was
I
like?
think,
Well, what if it
I
was
think
like?
we're all sort of like in the same angle of like the
Yeah.
love and then something. Like to me, I guess it makes more sense if like we just keep it simple then, and it's just like the love that's keeping them here. Like I don't think that we need to involve an extra person, because then why are you like still here if that's what you want to get rid of? It's like sort of my
Because it's the survivor's guilt as opposed to the love. Because if the love's keeping there, I mean, what does she just want to be with Rogelio? That's an option. What I was saying with my theory is it's like the survivor's guilt of having been picked of two people who were drowning, and is what's holding her here. Therefore, what she wants is for, I don't know, maybe she feels like not properly Like she doesn't feel like she deserved it, even if Father Rogelio doesn't condemn it. Maybe she feels like it's like she needs that explicit like forgiveness for the sake of, even though she didn't do anything wrong, she needs that validation of being like told like, that she's not bad or wrong for being the one who he tried to save at the expense of another person. It's survivor's guilt. That's what it is.
I guess my only thing with it is like she didn't really manifest. It didn't seem like she was manifesting that while she was alive, because we did know her
Mhm.
while she was alive.
Mhm.
And when she was alive, she was just focused on watching her damn videos.
No, because we had previously established that the person that came back out of the lake was Dolores's soulless body. Like her spirit has endured all this time. What came back
That's
was
an important
not
detail. She
her.
was hollowed out.
She was
Yeah.
hollowed out. That
Yeah,
was an
yeah, yeah.
important detail. Yeah.
Okay.
What if it's just like a, like Deep Lake? She drowned in Deep Lake, and Deep Lake doesn't give up its body. So what if the connection is like still in Deep Lake, and that's what the cold and everything
Oh, the other body
is.
wasn't recovered from the
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
like
pretty
that's
good.
what the
Yeah.
cold around the tombstone
Yeah.
is suggesting. Like there's still something freezing in the depths. Like that coldness
She
is
wants
still.
the person brought out of the lake.
Yeah, we
So-
need to find the source because
Oh.
it's literally keeping me on this realm.
The thread is like fishing something out.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
The thread
hand.
is like
Yeah,
I'm
that's good.
literally still connecting
Can't-
it,
I like
fishing
it.
something out.
Can't
It's a
we ever
terrific-
just be done with this fucking lake?
It's a terrific
No.
theory. It's a really good answer. It's still a -1. So whoever wants to roll, go for it.
I
for
like
it,
that.
Alex.
No, I was gonna say Jazz, you do, because you gave that like little really cool detail at the end with the body of at the bottom. So I like
Alright.
that.
Let's try. This is
Yeah.
stressful.
Plus, I also want to be able to blame you if it goes bad.
Well, it's still an 8.
Well, there we go.
so.
Everything's good. We're fine.
Okay, very good. It's correct. And there might be some difficulty in resolving it, but it is correct. Okay, so with all
Okay.
that said, now we have to figure out what we're doing tonight. And it's going to be a little tricky because, like, Sean and Nathan might have to fight their way through dream zombies, dream addicts, maybe just Sean, because they're all focused on the grocery store. Nathan might be able just to sneak out.
No, I'm not gonna leave Sean behind. I gotta go.
You
help
do
my
have
brother.
Muffy the zombie killer with you, so
I
that's good.
do.
And Topher's trapped in the foyer of Ed Rogelski's house. Ashley is, quote, trapped in the basement of Ed Rogelski's house. So what is everyone doing tonight?
Yeah, it's actually a
for this
really good
phase?
point. If everyone else is trapped, then I think Nathan will have to like realize it's a lost cause to try and get Sean out of the mob and just goes racing towards the water tower himself.
Yeah, like you might have to be the one to have to do
I think
it.
I'm the
Yeah.
only one around. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so, and I know I already know what's going to happen with Ashley. So Ashley, you can say what you're going to do, but
Yeah, I'm
it's going to be what
trapped and
happens.
I'm
that
gonna be in the basement.
You're
Yeah.
going to be in the basement. Topher, are you going to try to escape or?
Yeah, I think Topher wants to try and get into the basement with Ashley.
Okay, very good.
And I do also have the custom move that I made. So if Ashley gets into a situation where she has to roll with sensitivity, she can roll with Topher's sensitivity +1, and then Topher will show up.
Oh, nice, good. Sean, are you just going to ride this situation out in the grocery store till these people are, till Sheriff Bill shows up and disperses the crowd, or what?
Sean might try to I mean, he's got the kids here. He's not gonna keep them in a scary position. He might try to disperse the crowd.
Oh, interesting. Okay, good. Well, we're actually close to time for today. Regrettably, we can't have the night phase, but for today. But it's good to be thinking about what we're going to be doing. And so let's just swing right over into. Does anybody have any outstanding keys they want to narrate?
I can do mine. Or no, I'm gonna hold out for that chilling monologue. There's still
Okay,
time.
sounds good. All right. In that case, let's go ahead and go to Stars and Wishes. Whoever wants to go, take it away.
Cowards, all of you. Okay.
I guess I can start. Go ahead.
I guess, yeah, Star was sure. Yeah, I really enjoyed Ed Rogelski, Jason. That was really fun to the way that he was portrayed. Is the detail of his conspiracy bunker home is not explicitly written, but I'm glad the vibe was picked up on and utilized, because that is absolutely the case. There's literally an episode of the X-Files that he is based off of as a character, so the vibe was sold.
I mean, I got lone gunman feel from him, like all the way.
He's like a
Yeah.
mix of like the lone gunman, but also like the one episode where it's like anyway. But yeah, he was great. Loved that. I didn't realize that I named the Keens the Keens. I forgot that there was.
Oh, I
Also
thought
a
that was
Joey
on
Keen.
purpose.
No,
Yeah,
100% not.
yeah.
100% not.
Yeah,
I forgot that. I forgot that
it was,
Meg.
it was kind
Joey
of a
Keen,
deep
yeah.
cut last time when Maynard was like, he was describing his own nephew as the young man his wife was like into, right? He didn't say it in so many words, but that's what he
Yeah.
was doing, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't. No, yeah, Meg made Joey Keen, and I made the Keens completely.
Oh, I thought they were supposed to be connected.
Coincidentally.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it is now. I love that.
They are now, yeah. Well, at
that's
least
really
in
cool.
this campaign, yeah.
Yeah. No, all campaigns. It's hard law now. Steph, I really like that line you said at the beginning is like, you're kind, but oh god, what was it? I posted in the chat. Oh yeah, you're kind if not trouble. That was a really good line to say to Ashley. And then also it's like, girl, you literally walked home covered in blood. Like Ashley, what is going on with Ashley? I love that Ashley is using obscure little tools to like just be paranoid and hold out against trap doors that are trying to lock her into places. Also, why does Ashley keep walking into strange people's houses? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows why Ashley does anything, apparently? And Ashley seems to also be in the similar camp of questioning what the fuck is going on with Nathan, who she just met, but also is apparently dating. Who knows? Sean being all drooly over Carolyn Ambrose as an actress is not what I expected, but also completely makes sense given everything we've seen about him thus far. So that was really funny. I just also really enjoyed our scene in the car ride over. I just kind of like, even if Casey and Elliot are little shitheads, I really enjoyed the nostalgic move. We haven't had a lot of those between Nathan and Sean, it feels like. So it was really cool to flesh that out more. And yeah, so I'll just throw those out there. Wishes, I mean, I want to see more dream big man. We need to talk to more big man in the dreamscape for those of us who are able
Big
to.
man's still available. He's just not
big man's
on this plane of existence currently.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him.
I would like to give stars to Alex for just you turning around in real life and shouting "why" at your green screen when Jason announced that the kids were in the back seat of the car. That was really funny. I loved it. I also really loved the genius bit of little comedic pausing, Jason, that you did when you said that Ed comes into the room. You just said, Ed comes into the room. And I started freaking the hell out. I was like, no, he doesn't. It was so funny. It was great.
Sure, you were the only person who thought that.
Maybe. Guilty. And I also really loved our vulnerable scene. Ashley and Topher's vulnerable scene was really good. I liked I love doing weird like Topher's in a commercial things. I think that's always just been really fun. So having them just be the bus driver in the commercial, asking if you're gonna really get on, I think that was fun. I loved her reactions to everything, and like you can really feel the deep like thorn that's embedded in Ashley's heart, and it really sucks, but it's great storytelling. I love it. And Sean is such a big goofy nerd. I adore him. He would probably be my best friend in real life. He's great. I love him. And I really am super excited to see him punch zombies. knowing that this thread is based off the stuff, I am very much hoping that he punches a person and their head explodes into gooey ice cream. I think that'll be very fun. And yeah, also, stars for the drooling over the actress as well. That was very funny. It's probably one of the least things that I was expecting is the like openly gay man drooling and fawning over a hot actress. I think that's very fun. Uh yeah, as far as wishes go, again, I'm excited to see Sean punch zombies, see if they explode. Uh I'm also very, very excited to see what's up with Ed's basement and all of that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I can go. Stars. Yeah, echoing everything that's been said. Ben, like that was I saw it coming because like Sean is like such a like nerd
He's
and
a
video nerd,
fanboy.
and
Yeah,
yeah, he's
yeah.
a fanboy at his core, and I thought that was amazing. But I also really loved the plan with the kids. I thought that was super clever. Like it didn't work, but I thought that was really clever to try. And it's also just really fun to see like Casey and Elliot kind of like have purpose other than just being like the Creek choir shitheads who are just like commenting, which is the best role. But like that was really fun to like see them like get into the plans, and also like a star for Jason, that line of "We are Casey and Elliot, we get shit done." I was crying. That was so funny. I really love them. Other stars, that scene with Joey was so cringe. And I admire you for like being able to speak those words because I was just like, oh no, this is truly the worst. um, and I also do think that it's very funny that now that Ashley is like, I guess I have a boyfriend, but I also don't. And it's like these hints that Emily is kind of maybe into Ashley, and then Joey is like into Ashley. That was just really funny, the timing of that. Um,
Pine Rock Ridge is like a seething cesspool of like,
yep.
of all kinds of weird relationships and stuff going on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's like it feels like one of those places like if you're a volunteer, it's kind of like an unspoken, like not a rule, but like you're gonna sleep with everyone else who's a volunteer. Like that's just how it is. And then for Topher, yeah, I really love that vulnerable scene. I like that Topher was both like very understanding, but then also like I don't know, like I don't want to say like cutting through the drama because that feels like uncaring, and that wasn't what it was, but just being like, hey, you're dealing with shit and it sucks, but everything is so messed up. So you're definitely like not the worst off. And then like going like leaving is kind of the worst thing that you could do. Like sort of turning it around. I thought that was very sweet, like how you handled that. And I also love like all the warnings that Topher was sending. The to catch a predator was just peak vibes. And for Alex, I love Nathan suffering because of Treasure Planet, like the art book, and just being like so offended. And also, I thought it was very funny how you chose to like with the actress having like a total oblivion of where the situation could lead, but then with Ashley, Nathan's actually kind of been the one who was like, "Oh, she's cute. I kind of want you to be my girlfriend." And I thought that was very funny to see like the difference in how Nathan goes about it when he is like not into a person. That was very funny. And also, like you shouldn't, but breaking the car was really funny. Like I shouldn't be laughing, but I kind of am. And also Sean's line of, well, one of them is alive, we maybe shouldn't. It was great. And for wishes, I have some things that I want to do with Ashley and like her thoughts on the chromatic desert. Just like given how much we've interacted with it now, I think Ashley has a certain view on it that I'm interested to explore, given everything that's happened. And then also, I mean, it sucks, but Ashley and Nathan's got to talk, man. It's got to happen.
Yeah, I had a great time. It was very it was good to get back to this campaign. I missed it, and it was nice to get back to it. And I was gonna do Convergence, which is the sort of people watching the video might have noticed that we played a mystery that is not in the core game release. It's available on Patreon, by the way. You can go get it on Patreon. Um, but I was going to do Convergence because that's the one that kind of like is in the initial the core game at least is meant to like follow after Night of the Bone Wolves, or it can only be played after Night of the Bone Wolves. It doesn't have to be immediately after, but I think that's the thinking, is it would be immediately after. And I chose not to, though, because I actually wanted you all had a wish last time of like somebody literally wished like I just want the Latchkeys to like have a day off, like where they just like have pizza and like and they just like chill. And I was like, well, how about ice cream and maybe pizza? And so I kind of wanted to do something that felt a little bit more like low key as far as these things go. And Convergence is not. Convergence is very much not low key. And so that was kind of my thinking on that. So one of my wishes is I hope we are able to still do Convergence, because I want to do Convergence, and I think we will, because even if it depends on whether or not in this night phase you resolve this mystery or not with Slumber Party. Because if you do, then you will definitely play Convergence next, probably. But if you don't, depending on how it goes and whether you get more tapes, I don't know. I think most likely you're going to, but another wish I have is like, are you going to get more tapes soon? And are we going to watch them? And I'm curious to see when that's going to happen and how it's going to resolve. Stars, though, really, really good session. Just a lot of fun to get back to. Really love the nostalgic move scenes. Both scenes were quite good and really enjoyable. And just as an audience member, which is my main role in those scenes, it was quite fun to listen to. And I enjoyed the scene quite a lot between Geraldine and Nathan. That was very fun. I really like Deputy Toro. She's a lot of fun to play. And Ed was fun to play as well. But yeah, the Keen household, that was a really cringy scene to play, but I was kind of here for it. It was really good. And yeah, there was just a lot. I feel like we got to like see a lot of Degoya County today, so that was a lot of fun. Yeah, good stuff. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen with this sort of everybody kind of trapped in a sense. Even Nathan's not physically trapped necessarily, but trapped by the circumstances, right? Like Nathan has to go deal with this water tower situation because maybe nobody else will be able to. So I'll be curious just to see how that all plays out. We haven't really had a night phase like this in a minute, so I'm curious to see how it goes. Was that everyone? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Ben.
I gotta go. Great session. Great to be back at it. Jazzy, I really love the way that you are highlighting Ashley's isolation. Like, you don't remember anyone, and now Topher is a TV ghost. Like, it made total sense for Ashley want to just skip out. And I thought that scene between you and Steph was great. I really love seeing all of Topher's little shenanigans again. Playing the X-Files theme on the device was just really good. It didn't go where I expected it to go with Ed, and I'm looking forward to seeing how all that plays out. Why does Ed have a set in his basement? That's interesting. Let's see how that goes. As a gay guy of a certain age, Sarah Michelle Gellar was my proof of heterosexuality because I was obsessed with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So as Sean is pretty close to Sean's actually a little older, but at that time, it would make sense for Sean to be totally into Muffy the zombie killer. So that had to happen. I really loved the scene with Nathan and Sean getting to play that kind of interaction again, like we didn't have the connection between the two characters that we developed, and I think you're doing a great job with Nathan and the actress who Sean would literally trample Nathan to be in his place. So when it comes out, I look forward to seeing how that shakes out. Yeah, good stuff. Can't wait to see where this this night takes us, because there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there really is. Okay, well, if that's everyone, then I don't think I have anything else. So we'll go ahead and wave goodbye to folks watching the video. Goodbye.